Hi, welcome to my channel. I've been looking up reviews for the film You People with Jonah Hill, among others, Eddie Murphy, and I haven't seen it yet. My sister wants me to watch this movie and then do a review with her. She has seen it, so I'm waiting for the stars to line up to get together and watch it together and do a review about it. Um, and I don't know when that'll be. Hopefully someday soon. But I've been clicking around and I've found really interesting watching the reviews for it. And of course, YouTube pops up suggestions, and I've seen a lot of black people review this film. And again, I saw the trailer, but I'm taking their word for it as opposed to what the film is about and whether or not it's any good as of right now. But I came across, I don't know where that fell from. Came across a YouTuber named Boyce Watkins. He's got 300. He's got more than 100,000 subs per sub. He's kicking my ass. Um, but I've partially watched. He watched the first 20 something minutes from it, and he put up a video. The movie You People, What's the Real Agenda, and then finished the film. And I've watched the full video on the first 20 minutes, and then I'm partway through the second video on the rest of the film and his take on it. But I was going through the comment section and I found some interesting themes, and that's what I want to talk about here. So it's people's reaction to the film and then his video. But I found this interesting dichotomy. So what Doctor and I'm Whitey the white guy. So I feel like such an interloper right now. I'm like, should I even be on the YouTube channel? I'm a, you know, but I believe he's a doctor. I think he said a PhD, that he has a PhD. So Boyce Watkins was talking about a lot about the agenda in Hollywood, and I don't disagree with him that there's always got to be a gay character. There's always got to, like, a black guy who's gay, and then there has to be an interracial relationship. And he's didn't hate the movie for it, from what I can tell, but he's kind of like frustrated with it. And he's like, "What about black people having a community and black people loving black people?" And there's the Hollywood agenda, which is pushing more for interracial relationships. There we go. And he's like on the other end of things. Um, so I was clicking through the comment section. And so I'm going to read these, but I'm not going to, for anonymity's sake, name the names of the YouTubers on here. I haven't got to finish, so. One says, "There's definitely an agenda. I had the exact notions. Yes, films are rated for a reason. It has nothing to do with entertainment." I agree with that. Um, it's not just the films, it's the rating system. Like, did you check the boxes of the agenda? So I agree with completely that there's agenda in Hollywood. I agree with you totally. I haven't seen it and have my opinions about it, but I'll let you finish it first. Oh, I have seen it and have my opinions about Stay Blessed, bro. Appreciate your work to our people. Um, yes, there's always an agenda. No business invests millions in anything without thinking about both risk and opportunity. That's true. Netflix knows its benefits from being a platform to support ideologies, whether by way of investors or subscribers, either agreeing with the message as well we who don't notice and are entertained at their own potential detriment. Good point. You're right, Doc. There's an agenda. If people are getting distracted, you can see the imbalance. If people stop getting distracted, you can see the imbalance. Just a movie. Where did I nailed it? Bear with me for just a sec. Sorry if you're just staring at my face for a minute here. So here's a young woman, intelligent black man who loves black women, so attractive heart. I won't say it's good or bad, but I feel a few things in every movie I watch. I like to be either entertained or have my thoughts provoked. Unfortunately, this movie did neither. Um, Beautifully said. You didn't mention that they disrespected Bro Farrakhan in the movie. Yeah, to his defense, I don't think he might not have got to that part yet. Um, but where I'm trying to get to, here's an interesting one. Young people have different views when it comes to dealing with racism and inequities in our culture today. So many of us have been burned, and the younger people know how to make it work. They're not suspicious as the older generation. Um, that's a good point. A black renaissance is needed more than ever. I'm not chiming in. It was agenda. How many writers are black? Zero. How many writers are Jewish? One. Kenya Barris and Jonah Hill are the writers. And so there was discussion about, how do you say this guy's name? Kenya Barris, who's apparently, according to one of these, has a or has a white dad, I guess. I don't know. And then here's George Trusty, and I want to know where he's coming from. And it says, Quizats, it's Quizats Haderach here! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Like I always say, cool things about Black Man. He's the original bad thing about the Black Man. He's the original man, slow to adapt. If all else fails, he always has time. No clue what that dude's saying. I just caught the Kwisatz Haderach. That's from Dune. I was like, oh, Dune reference. Yeah, but I have no clue what he was saying. I think I should be getting close here. Oh, Lauren London's father is white, and Ash Kinsey, by the way, he also created a thing. Isn't Jonah Hill plays Laura London's boyfriend one of the directors? I think he was one of the writers. I don't know who directed. I think it was the Bears guy. Well said. Never pointed the camera at the sun. Come on, I know they were. I'm trying to get to the people who are like opposed. Good point. Satan represents the tree of knowledge, good and evil, knowing good, choosing evil, and when we stop expecting good from evil, we fail because we were told not to learn from that tree is your life. Do you want peace? Okay, I know, cool man. So you review a movie, look for a hidden agenda based on the first 25 minutes. Yeah, that was like after just 25 minutes, you're talking about the agenda. That's a fair point. I did end up finishing the film. Black men, black men been divesting from black women for decades. I'm low key insulted that you're encouraging black women to stay committed to black men instead of exploring their options. What the H? And so that's what I was going for. And again, I'm not mentioning the names of who's saying these things just for anonymity, but this was what was interesting. So he's saying black people should stay loyal to black people and assumedly marry and procreate within the race. And so here's someone saying, you know, and let me read it again. Black men been divesting from black women for decades. I'm low key insulted that you're encouraging black women to stay committed to black men instead of exploring their options. So this, I just found that interesting. I'm not taking a side. I'm a whitey from a cornfield. I don't know shit about it, but it was interesting to see this dichotomy of, on the one hand, the black community needs to hang together, and I hear that argument, but also it's limiting. you know. And I don't think this guy's trying to say you absolutely have to do this. I'm going to judge you, but that's why nobody's like really angry at him. Just some thoughts. The way Lauren London is mixed, though salty, half Jewish, white, half black. She's mixed. Okay, a lot of mixed in the writing and the acting. I stopped watching the movie. Note they replaced the archetype of the black guy as the best friend with a butch lesbian as the best friend who tells him about black women. Couldn't watch it. It has many agendas. So there was a lot of that. A lot of people saying it has an agenda. Why the movie has mixed woman calling herself black while playing a black woman role? Why don't they just have a black actress? You know. And I again I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to chime in. I tried watching it, but it's not good in my opinion. Kind of cheesy. I love the shed on my wife. Also, Dr. Boyce. I wish someone would suggest someone other than me could love her better. Choose the agenda. The, the movie was stupid and the jokes were really old and tiresome. There was no originality at all. I didn't watch the whole movie because it was so full of tropes and interracial movies. No nuances at all except Black Family wasn't poor. Personally, I found it very insulting, but that's me. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. But there were a few more like this. But I wanted to just kind of point out like that this interesting dichotomy of there were a number of women in here saying, I don't want to just stick to black people, I want to explore my options. And I just found that interesting. Like, what's the right move? Do you stay, if you're black, do you stay within the black community? And is it wrong to, no one's insisting, but is that the wrong advice? Or is it better to explore your options, as has been said in here? Interracial relationships are fine. Why you think everybody light skin now? Okay, so that was it. I swear to God, there were more comments, at least a couple, three more comments along the lines of women saying, why do I got to limit my options to just black people? So I just thought that was an interesting dichotomy that I noticed on here. So yeah, that's maybe it was on the other one that I saw more of those, but I don't know. It's fascinating that's maybe an upshot to this film. Um, is this the conversation, and I saw a YouTuber say the same thing. It's like, so the film ain't too great, but it's opened up a dialogue, I suppose. But again, as a white dude in the middle of a cornfield, I'm not really going to chime in too much on it, and at least until I see it myself, which theoretically will happen. So that was interesting. I just click off that dude? So Boyce Watkins, check out his channel. He doesn't need a shout out from me with my 300 and nobody subs. I love my guys, not trashing you guys, but I don't know. I found that interesting to click around the comment section and see where people coming from. That's the frustrating thing I have is that so many films today. I gotta agree. There's an agenda, and you have to agree with this agenda, or you're racist and you're a horrible person. Well, it's not that simple. Just because you're any race or any group of people doesn't mean you're coming from the same situation with the same opportunities. And to try to put people into a box and say, here's how you live your life, here's how you have to live your life, it doesn't work for everybody. It ain't going to. So those are my thoughts. Again, Boyce Watkins, enjoyed watching your stuff. I'm going to check out the rest of the other video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.